Hey YouTube, this is WL Homeschool, and I thought I'd come to you today with a video on what we're planning to do as part of a multiplication unit study with my son. He is just turned 8 on January the 1st, and we consider him second grade. So I thought I'd come to you with this video because I have been talking about this multiplication unit study forever. And I feel like if I finally complete a video on it, that we will get it done. We plan to start tomorrow. So I just wanted to show you a few of the things that we're going to do. It's going to be a 3-day study with continuing activities weaved into, the rest of the school year. So I wanted to start out with, this is what we call our resource corner. So like with every unit study we do, the theme of that unit study will be in this corner. And then when we're not doing unit studies, in this corner will just be other resource things, dictionaries, general resource things. So I want to start out with some of the books that we are going to be reading during our unit study. My apologies for the shadow. This is my first time using my mother's iPad for this. But we're going to start the unit with Amanda Bean's Amazing Dream, a Mathematical Story. And it's a book that chronicles, I guess, the realization by this little girl that multiplication is useful. She starts out adding everything and then finally realizes that if she uses multiplication, she can come up with the answers quicker. So we're going to be using this book. We are also going to be using Bigger, Better, Best. And it's a math start book about area. So that's one of the things we're going to tackle. One of the hands-on projects we're going to do with this is that he and my husband are going to figure out the area of a spare bedroom that we're going to put new flooring in. And maybe a couple of other activities for area. Then we have 2 times 2 equals Boo, a set of spooky multiplication stories. And this has like small little stories for each of the multiplication facts. Then we have Minnie's Diner, a multiplying menu. So it has a lot to do with doubling. So that'll be good. So those are our main books that have multiplication themes. Right here we have Help Your Kids with Math, a unique step-by-step visual guide. So we may reference some of the things in this book. We have, sorry about that, a game called 24, where he's using the different operations. We haven't really gotten to division, but we'll touch on that at the end of this unit study. We have this multiplication table, and each day he's going to be able to fill out one of the math facts. So the first day he'll probably fill out times 2, and then the next day times 3, and so on and so forth. And that should be, he should be able to handle that because of chess club. It's the same kind of concept. When you're calling out what space your piece is going to go to. Then we have this most beautiful cloth African abacus, which was a gift from the African math folk. They saw one of my YouTube videos where I was going over introducing the abacus to my son, and they sent me this as a gift. These are this abacus is usually children will use this on the floor, and these are the pieces to it. But I decided to hang it up because I just thought it was so beautiful. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use, I'm going to cut out some circles and some paper circles that are black as pieces for the abacus. And put like Scotch tape behind them so it won't hurt the cloth. These are some of the abacus sheets we're going to be working on. That, and then there's some other numbered ones. This is the wooden African abacus we have, so we'll be working with that as well. Now on to the little box. I got this idea from Dr. J. She did a video on how she stores items in a box when she's about to do a unit study so that everything's together. So everything that's over here was initially in this box. Take this off. So let me show you this real quick. I have a checklist. We haven't really done a lot of unit studies, so I'm really new at this. So I may be over planning here, but I at least have something down for when we get started. So we'll start out with a book, then we'll watch 2 Brain Pop Jr. videos. I love Brain Pop Jr. Then we're going to do a lap book, and the lap book we're going to add to that incrementally as we go along. So we're not going to sit down and do an entire lap book, but as we talk about different subjects related to multiplication, we will add those to the lap book. Then we'll do hands-on activities. We have spelling words, we have another book, another lap book edition, and then we have some comprehension things, and then he'll do some reading to self, and that's for day 1. Not all-inclusive, but just kind of a general idea of what we're going to be doing. I found, this is a template I made, but it's based off of another one that I found on the internet. So we're going to have an equation there, might say 4 times 5 or 5 times 4, and then he'll be learning how to demonstrate that using an array, skip counting, repeated addition, and equal groups. So tomorrow's theme is actually going to be on groups. We're not going to, I think the way we're doing it is 1 strategy per day. So he'll be able to fill in one of these by the end of the unit study. So tomorrow our theme is groups. That's our first day. Then I found this Wipe Clean workbook. Just something to practice his math facts with. And then this is his spelling journal. Oh, let me see if I can. So these are some of his spelling words. And as you can see, I scratched out all that. That's not all that great, but it is what it is. I didn't want to waste that sheet of paper. These are the spelling words that we're going to be using for the unit study. I'm not all that concerned about him mastering the spelling of these, by the end of the unit study, but I do want to introduce these words. And really a lot of this is just an exercise in handwriting, because he really had horrendous handwriting at the beginning of the year, but has improved so much. So I'm sure he already knows how to spell a few of these, and he will probably know how to spell all of them, pretty soon, but I'm not too caught up in that. So that's his spelling journal. This is his main idea book. It's kind of a comprehension book, and allows him to identify what the main idea is of a story. Not really multiplication related. And then I thought our day 2 is going to be about arrays, the strategy of using arrays. So I thought we would make an array city. So his father, and I are each going to get a skyscraper, and we're going to make an array based on the multiplication problem at the bottom of the skyscraper. So I kind of cut out, don't laugh, I cut out a couple of buildings, and what we're going to do, here's another one. And here's just a kind of a rectangular one. And what we're going to do is we're going to use Post-it notes to fill in the windows to create our array. Let's see what else we have in here. Let's move over here where we have, we're kind of using this wall space. And here's where he's going to find out what factors are, what a product is. He's going to see what some of the multiplication strategies are. And that's that initial template or graphic that I designed that other template off of. So this is where we're going to talk about multiplication strategies. We're going to talk about the different operations. This is our, chalkboard there, so we'll be able to stand up and do some things. We have another book here. It's called The King's Chessboard by David Birch. And we are going to use this. And I blew up a, I blew up a blank copy of a chessboard. So we're going to do a little activity based on the book with that. We are going to do multiplication facts. So I made him this multiplication facts folder a long time ago. But each day we'll go over facts. And of course that's something he'll continue to do. And then I found, let's go back over here where there's some light. I found these pyramids. And they were regular size paper, and I blew them up, laminated them, and what he's going to do is make multiple pyramids. So this is an example of what he's going to do. So for multiples of 2, he would do this and continue on through the bottom, and then we would go through multiples from 2 to 10 or whatever. But I thought that'd be a great exercise as well. Let's see, what else? Over here, we're also going to be using this magnet board and these pieces here to do some groups. So 6 groups of 5, 3 groups of 4, that sort of thing, so he can have a visual of what it is. Here, I will be sticking word problems in there as well. So we're going to, I wish you guys had more light, but I think you can see that. I'm going to be sticking some word problems in there so that he can start to learn about those and learn about the keywords and all those things. He's pretty good with word problems with subtraction and addition, so I don't think we'll have too much of a challenge adding multiplication to that. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lap book, and this here is just a smaller version that's going in the lap book so he can reference. If he forgets what a factor is, he can go back into his lap book and look at this labeled problem. This is just a smaller version of what we'll be seeing on the wall. He's also got a small version of what an array looks like. Let me see, is there anything else? Oh yes, we'll be using some hands-on materials. So we have your base 10 blocks. We also have some little gremlins, kind of like the counting bears. And under those, I have these little dots, so he can make groups of gremlins. So that would be 2 groups of 2. So we've got hands-on activities for that. Let's see what else is under here. We've got a multiplication book we can do some problems from. Here's another one, multiplication and division. I think I've already seen that. And then I've got Singapore math textbook, workbook, home instructor's guide, and we'll just flip to the multiplication pages. Let me see. I think someone is knocking on my door. Just a minute. Okay, just a minute. So, and here's his ruler too, that we're going to be using for some small area projects. So my sister's at the door, and I think I've gone over everything. Oh, no. This area right here, we're also going to be featuring inventors, and one inventor, one scientist, and talking about how they utilize mathematics. So they'll be in a picture frame on this little strip of wall. Thanks for listening. I know it wasn't all that professional, but I tried my best, you guys. Talk to you later.